Hello, what is up, Neovim Conf? Uh, I wanted to get a haircut before I did this, but I'm out of time, and so this is what you will get basically. This will have to do, but and yeah, my the reason it looks like a fucking uh, I shouldn't swear. I think the reason it looks like a war zone is because my sister is moving and she needed to. It's a long story, but I don't live like this. Is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let's get on with the talk. And the title of the talk is the straw that the I can't speak. The straw that broke the YAMLs back, and this has no relevance whatsoever with the like. It was just a funny pun, basically. I was like, this talk is probably gonna be the most boring one, so I need all the ammunition I can get, basically, to not make people fall asleep. And so the actual boring title is how Neovim uses CI. And yeah, you've been warned, basically. Who am I? My name is Dundar Götz. Dundar is also fine because no one can pronounce my name, basically. And a Neovim core member, which means I can merge bugs into the repo, basically. And I primarily contribute to the build system, so make, and stuff like that, and the CI is what we're gonna talk about today. And before we go over how we use CI, we need to define what CI means. Like, what is continuous integration? This is basically what I could. This is basically my conclusion: is that I've been to so many talks where they're like, we have to define what CI means. CI actually means this. No, CI means that. And at the end of the day, it's like, oh, it is what it is. Basically, it's the thing that GitHub. It's GitHub Actions, basically. Or Jenkins, or it's the thing that runs your tests when you push. Let's not overcomplicate it. Let's just think of it as CI means automation, automatic testing or linting or whatever. It's a good enough definition. I don't know why I keep. I don't know how streamers do this. This thing is in the way. Okay. And Neovim stats over time. So I thought this could be interesting. And the first graph is basically how many workflows per version. Yeah. And as we can see, the number of workflows has increased almost linearly. And the number of lines of code under the .github, which is most of where the CI code is, has also increased. And yeah, and as we can see, both the number of workflows and complexity increase over time. And I don't want to hear any. The number of lines of code doesn't mean that complexity increased necessarily. Like it has. Like, just trust me, it has increased. And what conclusion can we do from this? This thing is like no one maintains it, and it's just bloating, basically. This shit. Yeah, I don't know. In my head, it was funnier. Or, well, requirements increase as project grows. I think Justin, the Neovim maintainer, said something like what was once yak shaving becomes business requirement in a previous Neovim talk. And expectations increase as project ages. Like, there's only so many times you can do the mistake of, like, you start to see patterns over and over again. And after a while, you want to prevent the same mistake that you see happening every time. And I also went over, and these are all the CI providers that we have used. Take a guess how many of them have survived, I guess, or damn. So the skull, well, they're not dead. They still exist. They're just like dead to us, basically. Uh, I mean, probably for one reason or another. The Sierra CI is on like life support because they were pretty good, but I think but they started to limit it, like the number of monthly CI times. So it's only GitHub Actions that has unlimited CI time. So that is a very unique feature of GitHub Actions, actually. And conclusions from this possible. CI is expensive. I mean, I assume so. That's why there's not a lot of that's why there's not a lot of providers with unlimited CI. And the CI providers come and go, basically. Like yeah, like you can't trust them. I wrote the counterpoint as GitHub Actions because it seems like it has been pretty stable. I mean, I don't see GitHub Actions dying anytime soon, but maybe I'll eat my words up. Who knows, right? I mean, but I don't know. Shout out Microsoft, I guess, but I don't see them collapsing anytime soon. So in that sense, GitHub Actions has been pretty stable, but we'll see. Who knows? And yeah, so in order to prevent this, what you should do is what I believe you should do is minimize provider specific code. And what that means is basically uh, make your tests and lints and checks and everything runnable from your build system, basically. So if you have a make file, you do make lint, and that should basically do everything you need. And the Git and the CI code should just run make lint, basically. So in that sense, it's not tied to GitHub Actions or Cirrus or whatever. You can do that everywhere. And another benefit of that is that you can do it locally as well. So people don't have to uh, copy the provider code. People can just run it and test it. It's very convenient sometimes when you need to do the things locally. Yeah, the workflows are available in the GitHub repo. And if anyone has suggestions how to improve CI, yeah, sure. um, so I will be explaining the specific problems we encounter and the specific solutions that CI solutions that we use. But if anyone comes up with a smarter solution or think one of their solutions is dumb, let me know. Just ping me on Matrix. And yeah, and so yeah, so I can fix it. Testing, linting, yeah, exactly. I mean, testing. Why do we have CI in? Why do we have CI tests? I mean, it's pretty. Even the intellectual giants of the first Neovim maintainers figured out that manual testing is kind of bad and that you need to automate it. So the solution is basically bam, 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 bam. Yeah, basically throw the gauntlet of tests. So we do something called unit tests, functional tests, and all test. All test is just test from Vim that we use. We do we test on Ubuntu, macOS, Windows, and FreeBSD. FreeBSD, I don't know. I don't think anyone actually uses it, but it's useful to just test it on different architectures because I mean so you know that it works on different things. Compile different compilers. We use different sanitizers. We use both Puck, Lua, and LuaJIT. different build types, and we also test with external dependencies, which means that we use dependencies from a package manager, which is this is mostly useful for distributions like Ubuntu or Debian or whatever. So we know that if this works, then they won't have a problem. So we throw everything at the wall and throw a gauntlet of tests to catch any problems. And for the linting, we use Stylua for formatting, and I don't want to hear I don't want to hear like formatting isn't linting or anything. Like get out. Like it's the same. It's the same side or different sides of the same coin, basically. So we use it for formatting and to check that the formatting is correct. And Lua check it checks, I don't know, like good Lua practices. And for Bash we use shell check because we have a few Bash scripts here and there, but not a lot. And for C we have uncrustify for formatting, clang tidy for analysis or I don't know, good practices. And CLint is basically CPP lint, but custom code in it. It's I don't know. I've been trying to delete it, or I have started like I have deleted some parts of it, but it's yeah, it's resilient or what do you call it? Oh yeah, we also check documentations up to date. We lint commit messages, so we use conventional commits. It's standard now, I think. And for static analysis, we use CLang Analyzer. For every PR, it's part of CLang Tidy. We use code QL every PR, and we use Coverity daily on master, which is kind of annoying because problems show up after they're merged, but they don't. We can't use it every time because there's a limit. So I don't know. I hate it, but I haven't managed to convince the others to get rid of it yet. Yeah. What build system? Right. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting what I've written. Uh, build system. Oh right, I forgot. So yeah, so the it can. There's not only problems with Neovim itself, but how to build it. There's a lot of build problems, and yeah, I blame CMake. I mean, it's I don't know. It it has caused a lot of headaches, and I mean, there's no, yeah, I mean, they take a lot of time, and we don't want that. So what do? We only run them if the build system has changed, which makes sense. I mean, this is pretty standard stuff. And right now we test if WASM time, which is at the moment an optional feature to use WASM parsers, three-seater parsers in WASM, I think. And yeah, we test all this CMake and yeah, and check if CMake can, because distros like Debian, they require building without internet access, and CMake doesn't have can't handle that well. So we need to test that. And reviewers, how do we handle reviewers? Problem. It is difficult to assign reviewers based on topic / code sections. I haven't. There might be a better solution than what we have. So if so, I mean, hit me up. I don't know. Yeah, code owners is a disaster, which is the GitHub provided way of assigning reviewers. The problem is that people who don't have merge rights can't be code owner. They can't be assigned. And our solution is to use labels, basically, the GitHub labels. So we have a response stale bot, manual bookkeeping issues. Yeah, exactly. There are so many issues and PRs and stuff. Like it's easy for things to get lost in the noise. And the yeah, and a bad solution is a stale bot. My God, I hate stale bot. It's the worst thing imaginable. Uh, I mean, it's so annoying because when you're trying to find solutions and it just that stupid bot just closes everything because no one it's basically like because no one can be bothered to in eternity like just say like please unstale and like it doesn't it's a disaster and I actually hate it. It's so bad. And so our solution for this was basically we add a label called needs response, but only if we need more information or if the issue or PR is blocked. Like we need author input, and in that way we can get rid of issues that aren't relevant or that 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 has that has been blocked basically. Like we can't move forward with this, and we have chosen a month, and it is pretty good. I think it's decent. And if the author responds after a month, we can always or with relevant information we can always um, or reopen it again. And as a fun fact, Google has actually used my solution. When I say Google, I don't mean I mean it's some repository in the Google organization. I don't know, but it's still like it still was a nice validation. Like, oh, okay, people actually, this is actually like some people actually do find this useful. Uh, so I don't know, that's nice. And right now we and optional. I forget what I wrote. I'm sorry. I should have prepared more. What have I wrote? All right. Yeah. I mean, sometimes there's some extremely expensive tests that I mean we can't run this. It takes too long. It's not a viable solution. And how we do it is basically we only run that if we add the label. And right now we have two labels: CI S390X, and that is an architecture no one has heard about, I presume. It's IBM's own special. It's basically to test big endian to see if it works, because some people use that apparently. And the Windows as an address sanitizer. Basically, it's nice to test Windows specific problems. And we have some other as well, but I mean, it's I don't know, it's not that interesting. And future goals with our CI, bam, typo PR collector basically. So instead of merging like one typo at a time, we just collect everything into a one big PR and then merge that. And the reason for that is just to not have a cleaner committee basically. Right now I do this manually, but I should in time. Yeah, I should do. I should fix this. I don't. I just haven't been had reduce CI times because yeah, I mean yeah, it's getting kind of ridiculous actually. It's the times, so it would be nice to yeah to take care of that and find out the contributors because I want to be able to come home and not, I don't know, not be yelled at if things go wrong. I think, I don't know. I think it would be nice if to have others interested in it, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you're not sleeping, and yeah, yeah. Thank you.